Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Don.
Janae.
And I'm Jay Trent.
Today is the first day of free agency. Oh, I think technically the first day is February the 1st, but they're doing a lot of things today. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about LSU's recent two-game skid, which is not really a lot, but it's kind of a lot for college, especially a top team. And what our Olympic roster would look like, and whatever else we divulge into, because that's typically how that goes. So yeah, uh, what did we want to do first?
I think we should talk about college stuff first.
Okay, because I feel like the
Yeah.
longer this goes, the more somebody gonna announce where they're going, and it's gonna be really crazy. Um, but yeah, LSU. Lord knows that South Carolina game was a fantastic game. Had Haley Van Lith not thrown that damn pass and Angel Reese not found on that play, this is a game they probably could have won. But that other loss, crazy. Mississippi State?
Yeah.
What we
And
doing?
yeah, and had Mississippi State had not beat a top 10 team since 2018. So it's been almost 6 years since since they accomplished that. So
And before we
um,
divulge into kind of what LSU is going on, I do want to shout out Mississippi State because again, like beating a top 10 team is hard. Like they haven't done it in a while, but beating a top 10 team is hard. Like they absolutely played their ass off. Like this is not us talking about LSU's failures. It's not diminishing Mississippi State's successes. LSU's failures is kind of funny. Only because of Kim Mulkey. I feel bad for the girls, but it's kind of funny because of Kim Mulkey. Um, but yeah, I just before we get into that, but go ahead. Sorry.
I'm gonna say too, like we need to give Mississippi State a lot of credit for that win because they their like starting point guard, Lauren Parkland did not have a good game. So literally they're like it was literally like their bench players who like woke up and was like, we are going to this game. Like that's it. We locking in right now. And so like they definitely deserve a lot of credit for like not getting rattled when LSU went on their early runs and like just kind of staying consistent and like every time LSU made a shot, they were like, okay, we're gonna make our shot, we're gonna get it together. They did have me nervous because they was acting like they didn't know how to break a press. I was like, maybe pass the ball. Like, why are we standing in the corner? But outside of that though, I think like they did a really good job of like sticking to the plan. So shout out to them.
They definitely made me nervous. I remember texting y'all like when they went up by 10 and being like, is LSU drunk? And then LSU brought it to 2. And I was like, is Mississippi State drunk? Like, what's happening? I feel like presses are not that hard of a concept, and yet they were struggling so bad. And I was like, please, I have things to say if they lose this game, and y'all are making it, y'all are making this really hard for me. But I pulled it out. Also, shout out to yeah, we only see. We've talked about this before, but it's only so much we see when it comes to coaching. Like, it's very hard for a regular person to know what makes a good and competent coach because you only see what happens on the court. Like we don't see what happens in practice. Why this player may not play in these minutes? What's the like defensive philosophies or offensive philosophies, whatever. But I do enjoy when coaches at least visually like go all in with their team, and it seems like Mississippi State's like coach is really like, at least from an outside perspective, really involved with them. Like they seem to like they were all in that together. Like they hit a three, and this man is celebrating with them while they hit a three. Most coaches is like, going fake, like they not excited that they team just hit a shot, but it's like that boy hand up just like everybody else. That boy started dropping it low. I'm like, we locked in. So it's I really like that because you don't really see a lot of that often.
Yeah,
Coaches are fake stoic sometimes.
yeah, I think that's important because like when you're a coach, like I say all the time, there's so much more to coaching than just being able to draw up plays or to be like, okay, well, if we see this defensive coverage, we're going to counter that with this scheme. Like there's so much more to coaching than that. Like the ability to get your players rallied together and like you said, they were up 10, LSU went on a little run and made it a one possession game. It's just like, are your players bought in enough to where you get all of them on the same page saying, all right, we just need one stop. We need one stop and then one bucket, and we can go from there. So, I mean, sometimes that's all you need as a coach. So, yeah, much respect to Mississippi State because they played a hell of a game.
Mississippi State made it 61-70 in their favor at 6 minutes and 52 seconds left. And then LSU brought it all the way back to 67-70 by 2 minutes left. Well, 2 minutes and 42 seconds left. And they could have very easily been rattled off of that. Like basketball is so momentum based and it's such a game of runs. Like the same way Mississippi State went on a run to be up by 10, LSU erased that within a matter of minutes. And it's like it could have very easily fallen apart. But it's like you said, everybody was so bought in, locked in. Vibes matter so much. Your team can only be so good on paper. If they don't like the coach, if they don't like each other, like it's just not gonna work. It's why Team USA lost to 04. It's why David Black got fired when the Cavs were 30-11 going into the All-Star break. They had the best record in the league, and LeBron was still like, I need him gone. It's why Adrian Griffin just got fired. They was 30-13. I need him gone. Vibes just weren't vibing. And it's kind of like,
And ain't no analytic, ain't no stat, nothing can measure the vibes. And the vibes have to be there. If you're gonna win, when it comes down to wins and losses, the vibes have to be good. If the vibes are bad, you'll be able to tell.
And that's a great segue because the vibes are bad in LSU. And you know what? One thing I will say, I'm very grateful. I am so grateful that Angel did not get on the fucking Twitter and be like, this loss is on me, guys. Because they were never on you, baby. Like, Kim Mulkey, L. Because what was that? So I'm really glad she kept that tweet in the drafts this time. But yeah, the vibes at LSU are not, they're not there. And I feel like they've had so much like off the court adversity that it's like, I don't really know if the on the court vibes are even gonna matter at this point. Like I don't know. I don't want to be like doomsday, but
I would also like us not to forget that they lost on the day that they announced they was going to retire Brittany Griner's jersey. That's not
And Baylor, right.
I'm saying bad vibes all around. Like they
It's
was
an omen.
destined for the L. I don't know. They was destined for the L. And the fact that Kim Mulkey keeps on saying that my players are not prepared, and everybody's like, well, you should have made them play a tougher schedule, which I completely agree with. Y'all should have been out there in the trenches. Like after you lost I mean, I know your schedule is set early on, like, you know, a year in advance or whatever. But you mean to tell me that when y'all lost to Colorado on day one, that you ain't think maybe we should be using this game time to run some plays, to teach them some skills, like There is no reason why we should all be cracking up at that video of Haley Van Lith being confused in the fucking timeout. Like, it's no reason why that should be happening at this point in the season. It's about to be February. Like, the plays should be known. Like, I know sometimes you want to drop some new, some quick, cool. But they're like, the coaching should have happened well before you got to this point. And personally, like, even not in the South Carolina game, like, it's almost like she just let them girls go out there and was like, all right, it's the last 2 minutes. Hope y'all figure something out. Like,
y'all go out there and rock.
And I think it's funny. Like, I've never seen a coach with funnier excuses when things don't work out. Like, the first time, I don't remember who they lost to, when they were like, yeah, we seen the boys play, and they kind of sucked. And I think it just kind of rubbed off on us. That was kind of crazy. It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. But I was like, all right, that was kind of funny. Whatever. Then, after the South Carolina game, she was like, my team hasn't been in these situations, and South Carolina has. Most of your, like, why have your team not been in these situations? Like, what do you mean? Like, you've been in these situations. You've been coaching for however long. So, like, and then when they lost to Mississippi State, and she's like, she points to the lack of experience, and it's like, them girls on your team is older. Like, there are seniors and like graduate players on your team, and like Angel's is junior or a senior now, excuse me. And like there are players on your team that have 1 year of eligibility left, or like they almost done. Like, and you have the experience. Like, you are that. If anybody, it's you. So it's like, what kind of example are we setting?
It's feeling a lot like the Garfield picture where there's like the sign on the back with his face on it and it's crossed out, and he's like, "Oh, I wonder who that's for." Like that's what it feels like, because it's like it was just like, yeah, my players weren't really prepared for this moment, and I'm just like, well, whose fault is that? Like y'all won a championship. You are battle tested as a coach. You're battle tested. You got battle tested players. You got players that's been in the tournament, ones that transferred. Like what?
Like,
Who hasn't been in?
That was your like peak thing. You got Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson won championships. And Anissa Morrow is like the scorer. Now, why you not running no plays for that lady? I don't understand. That's, again, a coaching error. Like, none of these, nobody can do nothing with her. But you getting to the end of the game and you telling Haley Van Lith to go inside? You're letting Michaela Williams, your freshman, and there's no shade to her because she hoops. But you giving her the ball to shoot a three? When nobody has an answer for Anissa Morrow, like, please stand up. Like, let's pull the clipboard out. Like, this is why they hired you. And it's even funnier too, because that, like, her lack of coaching is so funny to me, because I just seen this article the other day about like it was like somebody from Tennessee, and they were talking about how like they should like go outside of how they should get a new coach or whatever. And they were like using Kim Mulkey as an example. And I'm like, okay, this is her third season, but how much of her second season was relying on veteran players who just knew what to do? Because like now you gotta show something, because Michaela Williams ain't never been here before. This is not DePaul. I mean, Anissa Morrow, again, she can hoop, but like, she ain't never played in your system before. Either is Haley Van Lith. You forcing that lady to be a point guard. This is your time to show what the clipboard do. And you just sitting out there like, well, we wasn't ready for the moment.
And I know we made jokes about like Haley Van Lith, like draft stock. but like she fucking up her draft stock bad. She fucking up her draft stock bad. If she really was like, I'm trying to play in the WNBA when this is over, it Kim fucking that up bad. And my thing is also, we talked about this in the previous episode. Your job as a coach is to be the adult in the room, and all this other stuff. With Angel having the small, I don't even want to call it controversy, but issue that she had earlier in the season, and him never saying anything or like really coming to her defense. Anytime LSU loses, like people who barely even like watch the sport, like that's the first person, the Angel's the first person they look at. It's like, oh, she too busy doing TikToks and like doing all these commercials instead of learning how to hoop. And it's like, this girl is hooping. I don't know what y'all, this girl is hooping. This is not her fault. And it's like if it's anyone who's, this is not their fault, it's hers. You have a person who's been assistant head coach since 1985, which again, crazy. But and a head coach since 2000, letting their star player take the blame for their failures. I just feel like that's really irresponsible.
And I'm glad that y'all mentioned Haley Van Lith, because if you look at like her game, the way that she would flourish in that system, she cannot be the primary on ball player. Like you need her coming off screens and spotting up. Like when they played South Carolina, if Haley is on the wing or in the corner and she's got an open three, she's knocking that down. That's her game. Y'all need to be finding her for that. She's not meant to be bringing the ball up and trying to set up with the player. She's not a primary playmaker. It's like you tried to shoehorn her into that spot because you feel like you don't have a natural point guard to run that. And that's fine. You can do it by committee, but you got to switch up your sets. You say, okay, this we'll run this play this time. Like I know that it's difficult because you don't have Alexis Morris there anymore. So there's some adjustment that has to be made, but it's on the coach to make those adjustments.
Like Kim was even like before the South Carolina game, she was talking about how like this game isn't gonna come down to coaching. It's gonna be like players making plays, and I was like, no, it's gonna come down to coaching. Like there is nothing about like if you blew them out, I could say okay, yeah, they was hooping, you couldn't do nothing about it. But a close game, had you not blown your time out, you could have set some up. Had you not, had you made the right subs, you could have figured something out. Like it's like she's not putting in maybe she is putting in effort and maybe they just don't know what to do. But again, I'm still gonna blame her because we're on game 19. So them first 10 where you was playing, them other people, like you should have been figuring that out. You should have been hammering it out, and you just didn't do that. And then now every week we got to hear an excuse about the girls not being prepared for the moment and other teams losing, so they bad juju. Like you got too many excuses. I'm tired of hearing it for real. And I don't like. I obviously still think that LSU is still gonna can make still a solid run in the tournament. They have the offensive firepower to do it. Like they just do. There's not a lot of teams who can, if they own, they own. It's not a lot other teams could do about it. But I don't know. They play Florida and then Vandy next. Florida has been kind of rocky, but if this is the game where Aaliyah wakes up, it might get scary for them. Like, and then Vandy after that. Listen, They might be hit a 4-game losing streak, and I would not be at all shocked.
I think, and again, like you said, LSU could absolutely make a run. Like LSU still has all the capabilities to win a national championship. I mean, the main pieces that won it are still there, and they like the new pieces. Maybe they'll get acclimated and like some Disney stuff happens. You never know. College basketball is crazy, but this is a reminder to everyone that sports are not played on paper. There were people that looked at LSU winning a championship and kind of disregarded what left and just looked at what was brought in and just assumed they would have this magical season because of that. And that's just not how sports work in the slightest. Like injuries happen, vibes happen, situations matter, fit matters. Like sometimes people just don't mesh well with other people. It's like so many things have to work out for a team to not only be good, but to be great, and to not only be great, but be champions. And it's like everyone just assumed, well, LSU won last year, and now they have like two of the better players in the country, so they definitely win this year. That's just not. It is not how sports work. So, you know, maybe this will set a reminder if, depending on how LSU goes out, if they do go out, hopefully this will set a reminder to folks.
Faithful bracket. Honestly, like if I think about my top 4 teams, like who are my final 4 teams, I'm thinking South Carolina. They clearly cannot be South Carolina. And I do want to say, just for the record, like South Carolina, that was like the worst basketball South Carolina has played all year. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like that was the worst basketball they've played all year. Like, I think they thought that they was like, I think the players woke up and they was like, this is a big game. We about to go band for band with LSU. And they had to sit down. Like Don had to be like, that's not how we play. Sit your asses down. We're gonna try that again.
I would absolutely love to be on fly on the wall during Don's halftime speeches. Cause like besides the Iowa game and the Final Four, anytime I have ever seen South Carolina down at halftime, they always win. Like, and not only do they be win, but they be smoking niggas. So I'm like, what do you be saying? I feel like she got like Plies on call. I know Plies is a real big South Carolina fan, so I think he also probably do add a little bit of something in there. But yeah, I think that's the real big difference between like preparation and like getting your team prepared. And again, games are not played on paper. A lot of people thought this would be South Carolina's rebuilding year because the freshies left, but especially Leah Boston, and like they are undefeated at this juncture in the season with players that most would not have given their proper credit. But Don had them prepared, even if they weren't necessarily playing a bunch. And that's really all that matters. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off for your other top 4, other top 3 teams, excuse me.
No, that like I just needed to, for one, say that South Carolina, like they like this, and even in the second half when they played better, like they still weren't really like rolling. They were kind of stitching shit together, but they weren't really hooping. So it's like they're gonna get their shit together by the time March rolls around. So like I don't see LSU beating them. And then you got UCLA was like one of my top choices. I don't know what's happening to Lauren Betts. I really hope she's okay. But assuming they get to assuming they get to the, soon as they get to the tournament healthy, like Charisma Osborne is finna have Haley Van Lifton Hill. Like what is Michaela Williams finna do with Kiki Rice? Like it's I don't see the vision there. And then you have maybe North Carolina State is also my other team, and they got River Baldwin. So I'm like, I don't really see it for them there. Like, if Sanaya Rivers decides she want to be a hooper, what are they gonna do? I don't know. Like, I don't know who my number 4 is right now. I really hope it's Gonzaga. I don't know. I hope it's Gonzaga. I don't know. But I don't even know who my 4th team would be. It could be LSU, but like, it's just like it. They better hope for some favorable positioning, because if their guards couldn't get it together in SEC play, I don't know what to tell them. I don't really know what to tell y'all. I don't know.
Well, I know we're already currently talking about college, and I thought we were only going to talk about LSU, but I also thought about something else. The Fighting Hannah Hidalgos. Lord knows that this is a very arbitrary statement, but that is a damn dog. Do you hear me? A damn dog. Listen. I don't know. I don't know how she do it. I love Juju. I love her very much. I think I have a recency bias because I seen Hannah in person play Wake. But like, UConn? Is that how you feeling now? Is that how Hannah feeling now? Like, she is serious. That national, not only is like the freshman of the year race between her and Juju. I know that's going to be absolutely crazy when it comes down to it, and I'm sure it'll end up being like something that we talk about for years. But like, National Player of the Year as a whole is going to be wild. So definitely shout out to them and shout out to her.
No, really, I don't think we really do need to. I have to give Hannah her flowers, because I'm not gonna lie. When I saw UConn play Notre Dame, the way Notre Dame has been playing, I said, well, this is gonna be an L for them. They just lost to Syracuse, and they got it. They'll be, look, them folks don't be showing up. But and I looked at the score like after the first quarter, I think, and UConn was up like 20, 22 to like 15 or something. And I said, yeah, this is about my expectation. And then I went back and I said, they had the damn game. Now, what the happened in this, like, and I said, Hannah Hidalgo. And Maddie Rusbell, shout out to the girl for shooting, because she ate that one little thing. But I don't know if Notre Dame can keep up this energy. Again, their post players need to show up a little more serious, but they might can do something if they decide to be serious basketball players. Niel, I see you out. Like, you cooking, sister?
I'm looking at this box score, and I did not notice that Hidalgo, Westfield, and Citron played all 40 minutes in that game. So, like, I know. I know them girls was tired. Aaliyah Edwards she also played 40 minutes. And Ashlyn Shade, she played 40 minutes. I didn't know they was doing this like that. But 34 points and 10 rebounds as a 5'6" guard is insane. What are we doing?
Well, UConn wasn't doing anything. They was vibing. I'm like, y'all gonna fight back? Like, what? And you know what? It's super interesting. The Paige versus Caitlin discourse has been so crazy. And that was a game where Paige stank. She absolutely stank. I don't know what was wrong with her that day, but she was not having the best day. It's okay. Like, basketball is kind of up and down sport. You don't always have a good day. But I'm just like, I think I was kind of waiting for the moment where Paige would just like be like, okay, I gotta take over the game. I gotta do, if we want to win, I gotta just put everything in. Because I feel like we watch Caitlin do that all the time. Like, when it started coming down to the line, Caitlin started getting serious. She's like, look, we gotta do something. And I was expecting Paige to do that. And the fact that she didn't, And I don't know, maybe she was like hesitant because she was already having like a rough scoring night. But I don't know. Like, I feel like she should have stood on business about it. Or at least they could have got Aaliyah Edwards the ball more or something. They said Aaliyah Edwards was cooking and she didn't get a single touch in the final quarter. And I'm like, but too, that goes back to bad coaching because what were y'all doing? Gino, what was the clipboard?
Mr. Luigi.
What were we doing? Like, where's the paperwork? Like, what y'all be doing on the sideline? Like, would you just watching the game with the rest of us? I mean, you got your 2003, 2004, 2013, and 2014 fucking champions in the stands. And you finna take this L in front of them folks? On your Hall of Fame?
I would say Diana Taurasi giving her props, and then Brandon Stewart just walking by her pissed made me laugh really hard. Because I don't really see Brandon Stewart like that, and I'm sure it's not like I'm sure she didn't really do that on purpose. Like I'm sure she probably showed her love at some point, but that was definitely funny because I don't usually get to see her be frustrated like that. So the fact that this 5'6" freshman just ruined her afternoon was really crazy.
Walked in your trap.
Took over your trap. So yeah, shout out to the girls.
Shout out to the girls.
So do we want to look at our USA teams first or
yes.
So really quick. So I found in 2021, I believe this is, her hoop stats tried to predict the 2024 Team USA roster.
Ooh, do tell.
Ooh.
All right. So their prediction was Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson, Brittany Griner, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Ariel Atkins, Tina Charles, Nafisa Collier, Arike Agumbawale, Elena Deladon, Sabrina Ionescu, and Aaliyah Boston as the injury replacement.
For a 2021 guess, I feel like that's really good.
It's pretty good. Actually.
It is. I think they of course they didn't predict Tina Charles retiring, but they did predict that Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi would be retired. Where
because they should have. This is like it's like a tweet that came out in like 2014 that was like about LeBron. It's like this fuckery can't last much longer.
Yeah, it was like he's about to be 30.
and it just keeps going. Except like LeBron is still at a level of basketball that I'm like, I cannot believe this fuckery is still going on. But kind of in like a positive way. Like I cannot believe you're still this good. But like with Diana, it's like, I can't believe this fuckery is still going on. go the fuck on.
Lady to be a family is crazy.
Is she a legend to the game? Love her down. I appreciate her for what she's done, but I do think she needs to learn like how to tend to farm or something. She need to be picking apples.
Okay, so is how do I put this? Okay, is Diana Taurasi on your hypothetical Olympic team then?
I mean, I'm gonna show you my screen because I'll tell you how I broke this bitch down. Because I'll tell you for a fact. A spoiler alert. No.
So,
All right. let's look at this. All right. So
It's crazy.
Women's USA team feels up to me. Guaranteed. Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Alyssa Thomas, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Aaliyah Boston, and Brittany Griner. I was kind of hesitant to put Aaliyah Boston in the guaranteed, but I also feel like center-wise, like, I don't know. I feel like her and BG got it.
Leaving Aaliyah Boston. If they leave Aaliyah Boston off this damn list, who the coach this year?
Yeah,
Nah,
that's so. Yeah,
she has to be. She has to be a lot. Like
yeah,
she has to.
Yeah, I feel like if I would take anyone out of guaranteed, it'd be her. But at the same time, it's like she's guaranteed. You know, Chelsea Gray is easily the best point guard here. Jackie
She's
Young
the only one there.
Jackie Young is gonna make any opposite guard life a living hell. Alyssa Thomas, you got your 3 MVP candidates, and then BG just BG. Like it ain't much to say. In my more than likely tier, you have Nafisa and Kalia. And Nafisa is your Swiss Army knife, do it all, score. You know, we talked about this earlier. I have a Kalia in my more than likely, and not Jewel Lloyd and Enrique in my more than likely. Although I do feel like both of them are better, quote unquote. I think Jewel and Enrique kind of play similarly, and I feel like it can really only be one of them. So that's why I kind of have them more on my borderline. Or at least like I feel like they more step on each other's toes with their play style more than they step on Kalia's. Like I feel like Kalia is more mid-range, drives to the basket oriented. Borderline. Besides those two, Kelsey Plum. You know, I love my Puerto Rican Plumcess. I just think she's kind of the same as these two, but like a little bit worse. And like that's no shade to her. It's just she's not as good as them. And that's okay. She's still very good. But I think her downhill threat is very important. And she's also a great shooter. Alicia Gray, another Swiss Army knife. One probably like a top 3 defender out of everyone, or top 3, top 5 defender out of the people listed here. And I think they can kind of slot her wherever she needs more than having a specific position from her. Sabrina is the best shooter out of everyone here. You know, I have my things to say about her, but I think she's more than likely the best shooter out of everyone on this Olympic roster. Benija is like she fills whatever role that you need her to do, and she kind of showed that with Liberty. And I think she can also kind of go whatever. She's also a great catch and shoot player, but defensively, she's one of the better guard defenders here. And then Ron is another dynamic scorer. It's just a matter of like, is she going to be more of a scorer than the rest of them? I probably wouldn't. Is in my Air Atkins. I wouldn't be mad if she was there. It's just I just feel like it's a lot of really good guards. And then you are stealing a spot, and I'm gonna be really upset if I see your name here.
I hate telling good people bad news.
I hate telling good people bad news. Everyone else on this list, if they are there, I understand. Mix it up however you need to. But Miss ma'am, 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 please, you gotta understand. I know you want to be a 5-time, or is this 5-time or 6-time Olympic gold medalist? I get it. That is a beautiful honor. But like, you still a swag. Like you kind of hurt me right now. So I think my 12-woman roster spot would be the 3 MVPs: Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, Leah Boston, Brittany Griner, Nafisa, Kalia, Alicia Gray, Jewel Lloyd, and Sabrina.
Well, Sabrina included. I'm shocked that you included her.
I
She's not on
again,
my list.
I think because her value as a shooter will be appreciated very much.
We got Ryan Howard for that. Thank you very much.
She might not be making TikToks with everybody, but I think they'll when they throw the ball out to her, all I need her to hit is to hit it. No, that's all I need. But I understand. But thank you for that is my presentation of my 12-woman roster.
Okay, we'll just leave it up so that we could talk about it. Like,
My bad.
My list is similar. I was also saying Asia, Stewie, AT, Chelsea, and Aaliyah to me relax. I feel like they had to like block in BG. They just have to. And then this where it started getting funny because I was like, well, who are we gonna send out there?
It's a lot of funny, like it's like somebody gonna be hurt, and I'm gonna feel really bad about it.
It's too many good choices. And honestly, I kind of got to the point where I was like writing names down and I was like, damn, it's not enough. It's not enough space for all these people.
12 is really like 12. There's bound to be like multiple massive snubs if it's 12.
Yeah. Cause I was like writing names and I'm like, well, you can't do it without her. But then but you can't like I originally left Ka off my list. But then I was like, damn, she was like, then like the day we originally talked about it, I had saw that like Ka was like the MVP for FIBA or whatever. And I was like, damn, you kind of got to bring her back then. Cause she clearly she can play in the world pretty good. So I had my locks then Jewel, V, Ryan, Jackie, Ka, Banaja, and I already said BG. But yeah. I almost left Fee off too. I was like, I think I had Enrique at first. Then I was like, damn, it'd be kind of messed up to not have Fee on there. Cause she is kind of she's kind of a part of that young talent too. So I was like, I don't know. But yeah, that was my list.
Okay. So I agree that Asia, Stewie, AT, BG, Aaliyah, Boston. I agree that those 5 are locks, and that's a lot of front court talent right there with just that 5. So after that, I go Jewel Lloyd, Alicia Gray,
We should have made a table.
yeah,
Let's get spicy.
Yeah. I'm going with Kalia Copper.
We can make a table and post it later. Let's not forget.
Yeah, for sure. Chelsea Gray. Sabrina Ionescu. There's an asterisk. There's an asterisk on one of these because I got a question. I'm gonna ask when I'm gonna ask when I'm through. I'm gonna ask the question when I'm through. Nafisa Collier and Ron Howard. I'm putting 2 dream players on here. Duh.
I get it. I understand.
All right.
I respect it.
It's half agenda, but half that's also a really good choice, regardless. It's
certainly
half.
it's certainly agenda, but it's valid.
Yeah, it's a very valid agenda.
So my question that's separate from Diana Taurasi's definitely making this roster. So My question that's separate from that is, does Caitlin Clark make the team?
Damn.
Do they push that button?
If they push that button, Sabrina, get your ass on.
That's why I brought up that's why I brought up the asterisk, because I was like, I don't know if we going there, but I I I can see them going there.
I needed her as a shooter, but then you gave me a shooter, another shooter, and a point guard. And I know like Sabrina can play the one, but like Clark can play the one. So it's like you gonna have to get your ass on. I hope we make the All-Star team. But
There can only be one token white woman, please.
yeah, mm, uh, it can only be one affirmative action hire, or it can only be two. It can only be one because Brandon Stewart's not affirmative
Nah,
action. She just like
No,
that. But
he don't
so
even
it can
count.
only be one affirmative
Stewie
action.
not a token. Stewie not a token. Yeah.
Stewie B. Anthony.
You know, no, because to be like obviously, I think Caitlin Clark is going to be so good at the next level. But I genuinely do worry about her physicality, and like world basketball gets really physical, and so like I don't need her embarrassing us on the home stage. That's not the time where we need to be taking risks. You know what I'm saying? The men already looked a little crazy, you know, they had us looking crazy. So the eyes are gonna be like, we gotta put our best foot forward.
I will
Granted,
say,
I mean, once you got Asia Stewie 18, like we can't really lose. We can't really lose for real, but I don't know. I could see it though. As long as she don't take a Leo Boston spot, she can. I
Oh
mean,
no.
sorry to the other
Oh
girls,
nah.
but
She
no,
gotta get, if
definitely not.
anything, it's gonna give her another little time period to get acclimated to her new teammate. So, you know, you know,
I don't know.
maybe Aaliyah might pull a string for
Oh, I would have, yeah. I mean, I actually wouldn't be super upset about it. I understand why people would want to do it. I see the vision
her.
for it.
Now, it would be absolutely it if she goes up there and she stinks, it'd be absolutely crazy. Because I
But
just
that's the
know
thing
like
too. It's just like I think it kind of gets it gets kind of nasty because it's like you have your guaranteed people, and then like look at all your borderline people. Like all of them are essentially all stars, all WNBAs, and they can't get a spot. But Caitlin Clark, who ain't never played a game in her life, get one. Bitch, that's racism. Like I don't know. You can't really. That's not.
It would look
it's funny
yeah.
because I feel like that's how niggas felt about Christian Laettner.
I don't know who that man is.
He, he was
Sorry to
on the
them.
he was on the 92 Dream Team and he was like this really nice player from college. I mean, he ended up playing in the league and like he wasn't really like that, but he was like that in
He
college.
was in the league. He was like okay, like one time All Star type. Okay, but in college, everybody was like, no, this dude is that deal. It was supposed to be like when they had the 2012 team and they put Anthony Davis on it when he was still in college. It was supposed to be like that, but Christian Laettner didn't really live up to that.
Christian Laettner decided to
But
come
that
to the
man got him
league
a medical
and be mid.
in the NBA. I don't know. That's nasty. I wouldn't let them do that down. I don't
When
think this is the right climate to be doing that in. So I wouldn't
when's
do
the
it.
last rookie to play on the Olympic team?
That's an excellent question. Let's look up the rosters. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just Candace Parker.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
We all doing our Googles, everybody.
And they're showing you every women's national team. Like, y'all know which ones I want to see. I don't want to see the under 29, the U19s. Like, let's do the 2016 team. Let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see. Okay, on the 2016 team, they ain't have no. I don't think they had no. What year did Stewie come in? 2014?
Let's see.
Yeah, on the 2016 team, they didn't have any rookies. This is a good team, though. This is a good team.
Yeah, Stewie got drafted in 16.
Oh, in 16.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Stewie was a rookie then. So Brianna Stewart.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, it's very complicated to get to them.
Are you on the Wikipedia page?
Yeah, I've been scrolling through. You got to look through all the squads and like all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
this is very nasty.
Like, why don't y'all just have a?
I know, like when people look back on this, I know when people are watching this and they just watch me scroll up and down aimlessly, they go just go crazy. But yeah, I ain't like the way this look. So
In 2020, I don't think they had a rookie on. No, wait. How old is no? V is 2018, right? Oh no, 2019. She's the year after Asia. So yeah, they didn't have on the 2020 team, they didn't have any rookies.
So Candace
I think the
Parker
youngest player.
Candace Parker was 08, Brenna Stewart was 16. And you said there was nobody on 2012?
This is 2020.
Let me look at 04.
Dang, who would have been a rookie in 04?
This is some math I don't need to be doing.
Was Taurasi a rookie in 04?
So Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird are on this list. And
Sue Bird got drafted in 02. So she was not a rookie.
Oh, DT was though. She was rookie of the year 2004.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Taurasi was.
So Taurasi,
DT.
Taurasi, Brenda Stewart,
Candace Parker,
and
yeah, 2020. They none of them got invited.
Yeah,
None of them.
So she would be in rarefied air. Not saying that I would not saying that I would make that selection, but I would not be surprised to see them do that. I just
2012 had Candace Parker, Tina Charles, Sylvia Fowles, Diana Taurasi, Swin Cash, Tamika Catchings, Angel McCautry, Maya Moore. Is that Asia Jones? Sue Bird, Simone Augustus, and Lindsay Whalen. When did
they're all old?
Yeah, no,
they were all older in 2012?
Yeah, Tina Charles got drafted in 2010, so she wouldn't have been a rookie.
I think
and she was the youngest person on that roster. So
yeah, and Maya Moore was 2011, so but she wasn't a rookie either.
And then it looked like I don't know, the US did play. 2000 I could not tell you if any of these people were drafted in
I
2000.
think they were all. I think they were all.
Yeah, I think all of them were. I don't think they were playing that.
Oh.
I don't think. I don't think in 2000 they were playing that. They was like, listen, the same niggas don't want to have 4 straight chips. I know who coming here and who not.
Yeah, because these are all. Yeah.
So yeah, like Jay said, she would be in a rare form if she came, but it's just a matter of, are they gonna invite her, and what do you even, is what she brings to the table, potentially brings to the table, I might add, worth whatever backlash and animosity you may get. Like, I know, like, I mean, and I guess like them niggas kind of don't care because the way they did Candace Parker, but it's like, y'all really want to do some shit like that again?
No, Gino ain't really won since he did that bullshit. So
It's always an omen.
I want that bad karma. I'm just saying.
It's always an omen. Like, I can imagine how mad I would be. Like, let's say Enrique misses it, and then that list come out, and like Caitlin Clark on there, but I'm not on there. Girl,
Yeah, I feel the way.
I might give her a clothesline when I play her, like just off the strip. Like, my bad, we both going for the ball. So I do. Slow. Sorry. So yeah, I don't know if what she potentially brings is worth it. Like, unless she dropping 30 and 10 in the Olympics, which I doubt. I think
She's not getting the ball.
Yeah, she's not even. I don't really know if that's worth it.
You on the team with Stewie and Asia Wilson? You think you getting the ball? Please.
You better make you an entry pass.
That physicality will be unlike anything that she has ever experienced. Like, she's gonna be like, of course, in the WNBA, she's gonna be playing like grown adults, but like in the Olympics, like they be grown. Hey,
don't care. This is a fight. This is a gold medal. Like, honor on my country. You're like, what?
They do not know who you are. They don't know. Yeah. They ain't never heard of you. They never seen you.
They know who you are. They see baby food when they look across. As soon as it falls they like, oh, I know who we going at. We finna hoop it up. Let's have some fun.
You're gonna hear, you better sub her out now in some random language. And just different languages, just in French, and Yugoslavian, and Russian. Just put a little filter on it, and you'll figure it out. So yeah, I don't really know if it's worth it, but I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't like it.
I feel like people would want to do it just because they're trying to do this whole like, Caitlin Clark is the best thing that ever happened to women's basketball. She brings so much engagement, but it's like, y'all don't be watching Iowa play basketball. Like, I know y'all don't be watching Iowa play basketball because I be seeing the tweets. I be seeing how y'all be talking about them girls. And I know you ain't watched them play. Like, I'm glad this is like a complete tangent, and I know we're not talking about college basketball, but I need to say this because I'm tired of the disrespect. They be on them tweets talking about how Caitlin Clark is the godsend. She's the best thing that's ever happened. She brings so much pride and support to her basically downtrodden teammates. And I'm like, you who helped her get to the championship? I know you cannot be talking about Kay Martin, Gabby Marshall, and Molly Davis like that. Like, Hannah Stokey, respect them. Like, I understand that, like, Caitlin is the show, and like, you know, she putting up 40, all that great material. But I've single-handedly watched Molly Davis put them back into games. So you guys need to kind of relax on the Caitlin Clark is playing with a bunch of bums. Like, it's getting, y'all, I know y'all don't watch Iowa play. I can just see it through the tweets, and I'm tired. Stop tweeting it because it's tired.
It's funny because, and I wasn't even like watching like that, but I remember when Sabrina was in college and the same things that they're saying about Clark now, like they were saying about Sabrina when she was in college, like, oh, she's gonna get in and like she's gonna change basketball, she's gonna bring so many eyes to the WNBA, and like, y'all have to put her at the forefront because she's like gonna do so many things. And it's like obviously like Sabrina's very good, like all-star caliber player, a very important piece in what the Liberty are doing, but she also is not what is advertised because they put a lot on her shoulders, which isn't fair. And I think this is a good segue into what Sheryl Swoopes said on the Gilbert Arenas podcast. I don't know what Sheryl Swoopes was doing on the Gilbert Arenas podcast. He did not deserve her. Let's start there. Gilbert Arenas does not deserve Sheryl Swoopes. That nigga just say anything. One, I didn't like the way that tweet was framed. It made her seem like she just was like, yeah, them niggas is not like that in the slightest. Whoa.
Not to cut you off, but if Sheryl Swoopes want to say you trash, bitch, you trash. Like, I don't care. Like, that's it. If Sheryl Swoopes want to say you garbage, you garbage. Like, come on now. Imagine now. Like, come on.
I'm very pro. Just because you played in the league does not mean you know more about basketball than me. But when it comes to Sheryl Swoopes,
she ain't one of them though.
Yeah.
And even no funny shit though. Like somebody said that earlier, they was talking about Shaq, but I'm like, Shaq be choosing not to know. Like he is making the conscious effort to be like, them niggas stink, I don't want to pay attention. Like he don't want to be tapped into basketball. He want to be up there for the vibes. And that's what he brings.
And he be vibing.
Sheryl Swoopes is like be actively broadcasting basketball games. Like she's actively watching hoops. So like she know a little, like, and she's a woman doing it at that. She gotta know a little something. They don't just be putting folks up there for the
Shaq doing the broadcast sounds disgusting.
Right.
Why don't they just dump the ball down? Give him. He needs to be scoring 30. Why is he not scoring 30? Just give the ball to your big man. Just for 48 minutes. I wouldn't have done that. I would have got fouled there. They would have had to block me. They would have had to hit me. It doesn't really sound. But anyways, all she was basically saying is like, they can be very great players, but they're more than likely not going to come into the league on day one and dominate because they come into a league where these players are grown as hell. Like, Angel is very physically dominant in the league that she's currently in. She will be very hard pressed to find that same physical dominance in a league with Bree Jones and Alyssa Thomas and all these other like players that be playing up. Like they see like, that.
You mean to tell me you think Angel Reese is finna cook Asia Wilson? Like, are you dumb? Like, did you think like what did you think was gonna happen? Like, let's not, and this is no shade to Angel at all. I love Angel and I love her game. But you mean to tell me you think Angel finna put up 20 and 10? She couldn't even put up 20 and 10 on the Leah Boston 2 years ago. And you think she's gonna walk in and put it up on Tiana Hawkins? I don't
know. Like they're putting a lot on Clark, expecting her to come in and average like 20 and 10. And it's like, girl, boy, whatever you want to say, at her peak, could she maybe do something like that? We don't know the future. I don't know. She not about to do that her first year in the league, though. Like, Jackie Young, sitting on that. Ari Atkins, sitting on that. Bernard Delaney, sitting on that. Like,
food. Like, what do you mean? There's nowhere you think. Like, again, these are people who are so talented, and it's just no shade to Kaylin at all. But you think Brittany Sykes not about to be on it? Like, like the whole floor? Like, come on. You like what do you think she's walking into? everybody here is an 1,000-point scorer or 2,000-point scorer. Like, let's be serious now. Let's all be serious for a second.
And this, so something that's even the easiest thing to look at in reference to this, which I know people haven't done this because, why would I watch any basketball to back up my basketball opinion? But you can go look at rookie year Kelsey Plum. Go look at rookie year Sabrina Ionescu. These same conversations were being had before they were drafted. They got to the league. There is a learning curve there. You are not playing the same caliber of player that you were playing when you were in college. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's how it goes. So there's going to be some adjustment to be made. Not to say that Angel and Caitlin can't be great players in the W, because they can. And Aaliyah Boston came in as a rookie. She wasn't dominant from day one. You could see the learning curve. You could see certain matchups where she was like, okay, I have to play different with this type of matchup, because you start to learn the tendencies of players you're playing against. So it can come for them. It won't be there from day one. Sometimes rookies struggle. And if they do struggle as rookies, y'all better not be turning on them because y'all was going so hard saying they were going to be superstars from day one.
They will. And this is the part with sports that, this is one of the few negatives that are going to be, which I hope can be combated efficiently. But this is one of the few negatives with the WNBA getting bigger, is people are going to come in, and I feel like the NBA has this really big problem with, they'll put these expectations on rookies, and it's been going on for stupid long, but they'll put these expectations on rookies to be these otherworldly players. And it's if they don't reach that their first year, they're trash, they're a bust. Let's do a 2022 redraft. That draft just happened. What are we doing? Right? A redraft? These niggas can't even drink alcohol legally. What are we doing?
That's the thing that gets me too. It's we watch niggas in the NBA who are supposed to be the best. This is the most talent across the world. Wemby, for example. I'm a Wemby believer, but you know what the Spurs are right now? Trash. Niggas was on a 17-game losing streak. That's expected when your best player is a rookie. The nigga gotta figure some shit out. He is probably under one of the best coaches in the league. He gotta figure something out, because guess what? Wemby is not finna big boy LeBron James. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry to the man. He might get his shit off a few times, but there's only so much you can do.
LeBron is the only player who got put otherworldly expectations on him and met them, and I respect him very much so for that.
I don't talking about. This is his fault. This is LeBron's fault. I had this exact thought earlier. I'm really glad you brought him up, because I had this exact thought earlier. This is LeBron's fault why people think that folks can just show up day one to the job and be good. He is an outlier, and I need LeBron go whatever. He's an outlier, and this is his fault. He should. That shit.
Listen, if we want to start an agenda where LeBron a try hard, I'll start it with you.
That man
this is another thing I can add to my list.
That man should have went to the college and did his time like the rest of them folks, and we would not be having this problem.
He should have got it out the mud. He ain't had to work for it. He was born with it.
They talking about if Wemby not a top 5 player ever, he a bust. What are we doing? What are you saying right now? What is that even? How do you even quantify that? So yeah, it's just it's a narrative. Those type of narratives are things I'm not looking forward to when it comes to the league, because if Caitlin Clark is not some 2010 scorer, which he's not going to be, her rookie year, people are going to either question her abilities as a player, or they're gonna question the system that she's in and be like, "Oh, why don't y'all give Clark? Why don't y'all just get like?" Imagine she plays for the Fever, and like she probably it's a game where she shoots like 7 shots, and y'all like lose, and it's like, "Oh, why did Clark not take more shots? Why is Melissa Smith taking more shots than her?" Well, duh, she better than her. Like this is what we. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we've been doing. I'm sorry, she not about to. I'm not about to adjust my whole thing that I got going on because this one player came. Mind you, this is an amazing player, but this is not a MVP player. This is not like a multiple time All-Star. Like this is just a very good college player at the moment. A very good college player.
But even if she is, basketball is a team sport. There are 5 people on the floor. Like there are 5 people on the floor in the best league in the world. These are not women who their day job, they printing out papers. Like this is their day job. So no, even if you are the greatest player that's touching the floor, if the rest of your team stink, you're gonna stink too. So
get ready to learn lottery, buddy.
good luck.
So yeah, let's temper the expectations on everybody, and just remember, it's okay that someone is not that good or even bad when they're a rookie, because that's the time to learn and the time
It's
to grow.
just funny.
And the
Like
time
it's
to
funny
adapt.
that it's funny that people are, saying that people are haters for saying that, this college star might not be a world beater from day one. It's
We
just
see
like
college
because,
stars stink all the time.
and the thing is, I'm sure they don't realize what you're actually doing is hurting the player that you're trying to defend. Is it because I don't think it's like because it's clear that you don't know what they're going to be facing once they get to the next level. So you like going so hard to boost their head, saying, "Oh, this will be light work for them," and it's just like, yeah, y'all don't know what you're watching. Y'all don't know what you're watching.
I hope that they make it out of training camp. Like you don't even know. Like you better hope. And the expectation is that maybe she will, but like shit gets scary. And she's had a very long. You coming off a long senior season, and you got to go straight up into some women that's bigger than you, like some women who been hooping for a minute. So like this is how they feed their families. Like the other girls, this is what they do for fun. This is different. It's different.
Well, Clark is going to be playing to feed her family too, because she's taking a pay cut when she goes to the next level. So she's, we're all she's losing out on all her money. She's starting over from scratch.
No,
So,
okay. I saw somebody say, yeah, I can't. They said it's going to be so sad seeing Caitlin lose her name and her image and her likeness.
do you think the NCAA handed her that and was like, "All right, when you leave, you gotta get that back before you go"? Like what?
No. The craziest thing. No, I mean I know we already discussed this. Go watch our last episode. But I know we already discussed this. But somebody was literally like today. I literally saw a tweet today that was like, Kaylin shouldn't go to the league because Iowa is. I know Iowa has her hooked up with all of these endorsements. I said, Iowa, who ain't never won nothing live. I know you motherfucking live. You Iowa. What you
Yeah, when Caitlin Clark graduates and State Farm no longer wants anything to do with her.
Yeah, that tweet where that dude just kept saying she's sponsored by State Farm. Do you think State Farm is just going to be like, it's WNBA players right now that are also sponsored by State Farm? Like, Jocko Jones is sponsored by State Farm. Like, do you think they're just going to be like, you graduated?
like these people are
I got to
in the
terminate your
commercial.
contract, big dog.
It's insane. People are insane. Like People are saying, like, when I say I saw that tweet and I said, Iowa of all places has a crazy NIL. Y'all don't know nobody else's name on the team. So how y'all think Iowa of all places is pouring the bag?
And most people could not point out Iowa on a map right now. But yeah, speaking of, Jay said something about people's calling people a hater. People are also calling Sheryl Swoopes a hater. So I would just like to present to the court Sheryl Swoopes' resume and why she has no reason to hate on a girl who has not even played in the league yet. Why did this go to here? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, there it is. 4-time WNBA champion, 3-time WNBA MVP, 6-time WNBA All-Star. Mind you, she was older when she came into the league just because the league was not really like, I cannot imagine like what she would have if she got to play from like right when she graduated college. 5-time.
Don't forget that college player of the year.
I won't. 5-time WNBA first team, 2-time All WNBA second team, 3-time WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time All Defensive First Team. I don't know how this works. This kind of reminds me of Marc Gasol. That's kind of funny. 2-time WNBA Scoring Champion, 2-time WNBA Steals Leader, WNBA Peak Performer, 10th Anniversary Team, 15th Anniversary Team, 20th Anniversary Team, 25th Texas Sports Hall of Fame. Like the Naismith College Player of the Year award. Like she is especially for how short her career was, she is as accomplished as you would want a player. Like she had a My Player S career. Like just like, I'm just gonna come in here, rack up these stats. I'm gonna go home about my business. That's all she needed. So just be careful. What that man say to you today? Feel free to do your Googles.
Sassy ass.
That is not like.
And yeah, don't be coming arguing with me about no basketball. Like, let's just don't do that, because it's just, you look silly. You look very silly. I can't believe he said that. I said, hold on. You said 5 people over a decade? How many people you think make the rookie team? Like, how many rookies you think per year?
How many players get drafted? If five people done it, 5 people done it in 10 years. In 10 years. Like, do you realize how many rounds are in the draft?
I just think it's also just based on the context of it. She was saying dominant. Sheryl Swoopes was saying they're not going to dominate. And then not only did he only name 5 players, but then he said that they made all-stars. Like, making an all-star team is not dominating by any means. Those are 2 entirely different words. Like, Aaliyah Boston is the closest player that I would maybe say dominated her rookie year. And even then, I would not use that word. Like, so it's like, if she didn't, I know the rest of them didn't.
I was like, what?
Also, shit, like, for a small guard to dominate, knowing that the W is a inside out league, like Aaliyah Boston had a better shot at being like star level as a rookie because she plays inside. Like that inside game, the inside play rules women's basketball. Like your best players are players that can score in the post, players that can defend in the post. That's why you see Asia Wilson, people talk about, she don't shoot a bunch of threes, but like she's the best player in the league because she's so dominant on the inside. Because that's what rules the league. So for a rookie to come in and for you to say they'll be dominant as a rookie, is the inside game there? Because if it's not, it's gonna be a struggle.
Better hope and pray. But let's get into some free agency news. I just looked at a tweet that I did see that NECA and Menaja and Brandon Stewart are sitting with each other at the Nets and Suns game right now. So there might be some canoodling going on there. If she goes to Liberty, it's kind of nasty. I just would like to say this up front. And by the time this episode comes out, you know, maybe she went there, maybe she didn't. I don't know. If she goes there, kind of nasty. I really think she needs to go.
I'm watching it.
NECA needs to go wherever Skylar Diggins goes. Now, if Seattle cleared that cap space and they get neither, I know somebody in that front office is getting evicted because that's crazy to make all this cap room and you don't get nothing.
Let's get into that though, because Seattle, in order for Seattle to make space for potentially NECA and Skylar, they had to they traded away Kia Nurse's contract to the LA Sparks, but they also sent their 4th round draft pick. Personally, I don't think they should have did that. Cause like, did we need to do that? I don't know if we needed to do that. Like,
that's one of them trades. That's one of them trades that I feel like the GM was on the other end, just like, I'm gonna just say this and see if I can get it. And them niggas said, yeah. And they were like, please,
they're gonna throw in that first.
So
they
was probably
first round
like,
pick.
Yeah, they was probably on the phone talking to the Sparks, like, you know, we'll send you Kia Nurse. We're trying to make some cap room, whatever. And the Sparks was like, yeah, what's up with that? What's up with that 4th round pick? And then they were probably thinking about what they would have to send back. And the Storm were just like, okay. Because I understand. I seen a tweet today I thought was funny that the Storm went through 1 year rebuild and was just like, nah, that's not it. And just decided to stop. But it's also like, that's a 4th overall draft pick. Because I feel like there was probably another way they could have got rid of some money and also had a rookie to kind of still train up, I guess, and help with, in case things go wrong, there's someone to fall back on. Or even have like an instant impact rookie, you know? But I don't know.
That's the problem. The Seattle had the number 4 pick. So like hypothetically, Caitlin gone. Cameron Brink gone to the Sparks. Cameron Brink gone to Sparks. 3rd, I don't think Paige is coming out, so we'll say we'll say Camila Cardoso. Camila Cardoso goes 3. You could this, I feel like, was the wrong time to be giving away your top 5 pick. Like, it's to get a 2026 pick, okay? Like, sure, some talent gonna come out, but like, this was not the draft.
It's funny because I absolutely think the Sparks are gonna stink. But I don't think the Sparks are gonna stink by 2026. Like, if they get 2 top 5 picks and do what they need to do as far as development, in 2 years, they should be fine because they're going to have another top pick after this. So it's like that 2026 pick is not really going to be, I don't really think that's going to be hitting on that by the time it gets there. So you better not only, at the very least, you have to get NECA and Skylar Diggins-Smith. Like, you have to get both of them. for clearing out this cap space to do that. But y'all better have won something by then.
Yeah, this
Jewel. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
no, okay, yeah, I was just gonna say this move, like, you got to be sure, like, you need to have had like verbal agreement from both of them saying, yeah, we coming. Like, I don't do this unless that's the case. Like, I don't, because this draft potentially is like, with pick 4, you are in good shape. You are in good shape at 4. Like, there are multiple, like, whether Paige Beckers declares or not, like Aaliyah Edwards, Rakia Jackson, like, one of them is gonna be there. It's just like, you could have added that to your roster. So if I'm Seattle, um yeah, I hope that they got 2 verbal agreements. Like, I hope them 2 max slots is already filled in their head, because otherwise
If
yeah.
you're Seattle and Nneka and Skylar Diggins go to Chicago or something, what do you do next? I feel like you
You
have to do a fire sale at that point. Like, you have to.
But you can't. But see, do you do that? Because you've already extended Jewel Lloyd. So, like, are you saying, oh, we just gonna trade her?
I
Because
might. I'm gonna feel really bad about it, but it's like, damn, I couldn't pair you with. I couldn't get you nobody.
Feel like I feel like Jewel signing. Jewel had to say, "I'm only signing with you niggas if y'all bring somebody else up in here." Like that is the stipulation. Y'all don't get nobody in here, I'm out of this bitch. I feel like that's the only way. You know, I said that's suspicious. That's suspicious now. Y'all got the youth movement going on down there, and Jewel is fighting for her motherfucking life every day. And she be saying, "Yeah, we need a new point guard. We need some, some leadership." Trying to be nice, but that's the youth movement, and I know she was not having it. So I know she had to say, "Y'all better get somebody up in here, somebody," and I mean today. But if they don't get, they definitely have to get at least one of them. But if they don't get neither one of them, the whole front office got to go, because all of y'all sat down and agreed to that. Everybody got to go, because nobody was in good conscience when y'all agreed to that. Because they could have just got Jordan Taylor back. They already called it, like, y'all could have done a little swap, and that's it. I don't know, child. I don't know.
But
That was
all that is speculation until later on. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now. Now, if tomorrow comes, or like later in the week, and they say something else, we might have to do an emergency pod, because I will be talking shit. Jay, would you like to?
We'll know in 2 days. We'll see.
Jay, would you like to speak on the Dreams acquisition?
Aerial Powers has been freed.
Woo!
He has been freed. I am. That provides a lot of juice for us offensively. Um, I'm still waiting to. I'm waiting to hear the Nia Coffey is returning to Atlanta. That's next on the agenda. But I like I like the Aerial Powers signing. She was very vocal that she would not be back with the Lynx. So
She's still on business, and I respect that.
oh yeah, for sure. Like, she was very straightforward. Even during the season, it was just like, oh, just wait till the season over and I'm out of here.
It's so funny, because I'm very like, sometimes I'll just be wanting players to like just play. I don't like when like non-superstars be trying to make trades and like ask for stuff because sometimes I'll just be like, "Why are you doing that?" Like, but I understood her every step of the way. Like, I get you, girl. I trust me. When that person that flew 3,000 miles away come to Atlanta, they can go to JR Crickets and go to the Georgia Aquarium, and they can see you later that day, and they will have a grand old time. Yeah, this one that Lynx revenge game gonna be crazy.
Yeah, very interested to see the what her her scoring ability brings to our lineup.
It's gonna be
So
crazy when y'all beat the Lynx and then they do a TikTok to his.
that's his is crazy. Yeah, I'm yeah, very intrigued. Very intrigued. I want to see. I want to see what else Atlanta got up their sleeve. I know. I know Renee Montgomery is working hard to do some recruiting. So I'm ready to see what the next move is.
Let me see.
Look, it better be Nia Coffee. I honestly like. I mean, I kind of thought y'all would get a guard. And two, I'm still kind of shocked that we haven't heard about like Jordan Canada news. Um, I don't know. I feel like if y'all get Jordan Canada, and who would you be willing to ship out for Jordan Canada?
I feel like I feel like it has to be Mary McDonald. Like I would assume that she's part of that because and I kind of hate that for her because it like we kept going like they were going. It was like, okay, this is gonna be the year that Aaron McDonald makes the leap, and it's just something is derailed it every time. Something.
Well, LA is a nice city, and they got the youth movement going on over there. So she can do whatever. Her and Laisha can go crazy. I don't know. They'll have a good time, I guess. I don't know what they finna do over him.
Well, I would
I don't even want to
also
look.
just like us to remember that the Sparks currently have like 8 or 9 guards on their roster. So
That's why I'm saying, damn, I don't know what they finna do over there. Like, what Kurt finna do? I mean, I guess he's going to get Cameron Brink and Camila Cardoso. Good luck to
Yeah,
everybody.
that has to be like that has to be 2 and 4. Ideally, if you're in LA, but yeah, I don't know.
Man, child, I don't know what they can do.
like
But shout out Lakers, sign her. Well, sign them.
your only centers are Azare and an ESPN employee. So like I don't know, man. You got yeah, I think you gotta draft 2 bigs. So um speaking of the Lynx, Courtney Williams, I think you have a lot of things you made to say. So let's go. Let's go. Get on your soapbox, girl.
Just questions. I mean, what? Like, the Lynx need to like. What are we doing? What are we doing? And you know what? I'm starting to think. The Lynx, I ain't gonna lie, they kind of ate that though because Courtney Williams and Alana Smith kind of was locked in. So they already built that connection in Chicago. So to just move it to Minnesota where both of them locked in for the next 2 years, they kind of ate that one little thing. But I was like, what y'all? And two, now I feel like they're like Courtney Williams is definitely going to have to be a point guard. Cause like I mean, I feel like in Chicago she was like kind of point guard, kind of not. But I feel like if she's for Minnesota to work, I think she definitely is gonna have to be the PG, especially if they don't keep Lindsay Allen. And they don't have Tiffany Mitchell no more. So like, I really wonder if they're like, Courtney, you're gonna be our head PG and kind of, which I think is a good fit for her. I think she's a solid point guard, when she wants to be. But sometimes, so I'm interested to see what they're like, what they try to define as her role, because they don't really have a point guard right now besides Lindsay, and she's a free agent too. So I don't know. I don't know about the vision. It could work though. I think it's a good plan. And I'm sure Courtney signed because of like the multi-year deal. It seems like the girls are kind of like, lock me in for at least 2 years. So I ain't mad at it. I'm Natisha Heidemann though. No, Courtney has to be the point guard. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that.
What y'all call her? Hide the man?
Heidemann, yeah.
Hide the man.
Let's actually talk about that trade though, because Heidemann for Tiffany Mitchell, the Sun kind of ate that. The Sun ate that because they about to have Ty Harris and Tiffany Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, so it's funny because we talked about what Connecticut would do with Tip Hayes retiring, and it's just like we just gonna get somebody else that can get downhill and get to the bucket. So
We'll get another Tiffany. One Tiffany
yeah,
gone, we about to get another one. We about to re-up.
yeah, that's I like that move for Connecticut a lot, and they got a pick in that trade, didn't they?
They got a 2020. They got the 19th pick, which
Yeah, a
is
second
like,
round.
it's not crazy,
Yeah.
but it's like, excuse me, ma'am, Miss Lynx, what made you offer that on top of that?
That's what I'm saying. The people who was offering the trade, like what y'all be thinking? Like what be going on in your mind? Because they definitely didn't have to get that trade up. I feel like that was a kind of a fair 1-for-1.
Yeah.
I don't know about the numbers, but 1-for-1 in terms of personnel, like that's a pretty good send off. So what was the trade for? Like, shout out to Connecticut though. They up.
Then who else do we have? The Aces have acquired someone to handle that bench. Shout out to Megan.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming since we've had like, I ain't gonna say it's a long time coming since we got like a real solid bench. I feel like, it ain't really been that long.
And all had a bench. They
That's
showed
I
up.
was about to say like that's the way that's the price of doing business. Like you can't be like, oh yeah, we just got we got 3 all W players, but also that bench kind of weak. It's like
Yeah,
yeah, that's the price of doing
you gotta do
business.
what you
So
gotta do. But I also just like, I didn't really like that narrative at the time because like, one, we were missing Candace Parker, so like that would have moved people to the bench, and like some of them probably wouldn't have played as much. 2, arguably our best bench asset went to jail, so it's like, yeah, we ain't got no bench. She in jail. I sorry to say, but it's like, I feel like that narrative was kind of unfair. So I think if Megan stay out of legal trouble, we should be fine. But I do like the dynamic that she brings. I think also with Kia, the last time I seen, she was still in that boot. So it's like that'll be somebody to help with like managing Asia in her minutes for at least until Kia can come back. But then also you just have that dynamic when Kia gets back on like how you want to place them. Whether you want to have Asia at the 4 and Key at the 5, or Asia at the 4 and Megan at the 5. Like it's, you know, it's options. So I'm excited. I just need that
And y'all
big
see it too.
sign that says Candace Parker is coming back to the Aces. Please. I don't care where you play. Just come back. I mean, I'd rather you play for the Aces, of course, but like you deserve a proper send-off.
Well, you also got Kia back, so I guess congrats to y'all.
Shout out to Kia.
The Dallas Wings, Satu and Kalani going back. I think, honestly, I think Dallas for real. I feel like I say this all the time, but they're like some veteran leadership and a good point guard away from being like they're already a contender, but like being like a for real contender. Because they're just so close. And now you got Kalani and Big T and Satu and Enrique. Point guard. I guess they still got, what's the baby name? Not Veronica Bird. What's the other girl's name? I see her face in my head. It's the next field. You got them two, which they can give you some solid minutes, but I feel like you kind of need somebody who's a little bit more veteran up there to kind of run the show. So I'm still interested to see who else they can muster up. Hopefully they don't lose Tasha Howard though.
I did not think Kalani Brown was coming back after she made that TikTok about the art of post play being lost inside two saying LMAO chill, and then Lexi Brown saying we can pass in the post in LA. Like I just was like, that's probably chop. But I guess she felt like, the money was there, and like as much as I don't get the ball in the post, they was the first people to believe in me. So I guess she kind of wanted to reward that. So that was nice. But I did think that was very funny.
Well, she said we gonna work it out. We're gonna work it out in training camp.
We're gonna work on these post entry passes.
Good for them though. I'm very happy for Dallas. Yeah. They're still, and it's crazy because it's like we got all this news today, and it's still like so many more people that's just so unknown at this moment. It's like, what are we about to do?
Yeah, the big dominoes still ain't falling. Like I remember, people were saying, oh, there might be like free agency might be on hold until Skylar signs or until NECA signs, and it's just like, no, not quite. Like everybody's expecting, now anyway, expecting those dominoes to fall for Seattle, but I mean, it's that's still up in the air, and teams are like, well, we can't just sit around and wait. Like we got to do something.
Yeah, I was they were definitely upsetting me earlier. Especially since before like any of these trades or signings even happened, the WNBA tweeted some video like, yeah, free agency's been crazy. Nigga, no, it's not. Y'all are gaslighting me right now. Because ain't nothing happened yet.
The way they tweeted that video, everybody was on their head, and then news started popping off. I said they knew something. They knew something was about to happen, because how y'all know? How y'all know? Y'all let this book drag y'all in the comments and then said, yeah, now you think it's crazy. We knew. Like, y'all knew too much now.
They might be ahead of their time. I might have to start giving them a little bit more credit. I mean, I feel like I give them more credit, but the slander gets less and less every year. So one of these days, I'm be able to like fully be like, y'all really doing y'all thing, but I just can't let up because I don't need that suit jacket that blazer. I don't need that to slip.
I don't think I'm gonna ever stop slandering them, because what do y'all be doing? I think they like being slandered at this point. Like that get them going. So you can't let up. You can't let up. You gotta keep your foot on their neck because I don't know what they be doing.
Yeah, nothing else has happened so far, at least at the moment of recording. So,
All right,
otherwise,
but I just want to say, people who like could still be good pickups. Lindsay Allen, Rebecca Allen. I'm shocked nobody has talked to Rebecca Allen yet. Like very shocked. Dewana Bonner, but we figure she's going back to the Sun, so that's kind of locking in. Natasha Cloud, there is some rumor that she's going to Phoenix. I don't know if it's really a rumor. There is some talk that she's going to Phoenix. I don't want to see it for my girl. I don't want her in that. So let's hope it's not true. Nia Coffee, of course. Diamond DeShields, Miss Underrated. We'll see. Stephanie Dawson, surprising. BG, she wants to go back to Phoenix. I don't know why she want to do that, but you know. Tiana Hawkins, Ruthie Hebert. I'm shocked that Chicago didn't keep her either. I'm curious. JJ, she's supposed to go back to the Liberty, so
boo.
sorry to them. Carly Samuelson, I mean, she just had a great season. I'm shocked nobody has like tried to offer her. Well, at least we haven't heard anything about her offering anything. Odyssey Sims. I feel like Dallas should have kept Odyssey. I feel like they need to make the call, but that's just me. And Gabby not coming back. Yeah. Those are my like they can help a lot of teams. So we still got a lot of stuff to go. And to see if Jordan Canada or EDD are both going to be traded. We have not heard that either. So
Yeah.
Can you imagine if NECA and EDD end up on the same? What if EDD ends up on the Storm with?
Nah.
Money don't work.
listen.
Listen. Look.
Listen.
Okay, so
Because hold on now, because that I mean she could take if they give her a vet minimum now, she take the vet minimum, they still got Dulcie, Joyner Holmes,
Jordan Horston.
Jordan Horston, Ezzy, like they still kind of got the youth movement over there, so she don't got to play a whole bunch of minutes. Saying, I think they still got Mercedes Russell too. So I mean, I could see the vision. I can see the vision.
I can see it. I can see it.
Imagine Jordan Horston being mentored by EDD. Like maybe we need it as a culture.
Yeah, I'm actually for that. I'm actually for that. I still feel like EDD going back to Chicago makes a lot of sense, but I can I can see that though.
I just feel
We
like
need to see who. Go ahead.
I was gonna say by the time all these like trades and signings happen, Shakira gonna come back from injury, and it's gonna be like the end of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will was just in that room, and I just know it's gonna be like hands in the pockets, like what the hell?
Like I want the Mystics to like go all in on an identity for the team. Like if they're moving on from Natasha Cloud and EDD, that's fine. But just let me know what like I want to see what direction you decide to take it. I don't want to see a team that's just like stuck in the middle. Like I want it to be clear what the vision is going forward.
Either commit to this thing or don't.
Yeah,
But don't be
like
half-assing me.
right, be out there trying to win. Like I don't want you to just be like, nah, we'll wait for whoever to declare for the draft because it's just like that just doesn't work. Like
Give them
it
some
doesn't.
credit. They were trying to win last year. They were trying.
No,
They
they
really
were, and
tried.
yeah, they just. I mean, injuries really just got to them. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
We shall see. We shall see. Was there I was looking to make sure there wasn't any other like free agency news. Was there anything else on the agenda so far for anyone?
The Indiana Funeral Battle hope that Caitlin Clark come out this bitch or Lynn Dunn, it's over for you. Cause y'all are embarrassing me. I'm tired. Tired. Thank you very much. Everybody else team is saying something and y'all sitting in the quiet. I don't like that.
Jay, do you have anything to say about your Atlanta dream?
Bring back Nia Coffee, please. Hopefully by the time this episode airs, she will have re-signed with Atlanta. So that's all I'm asking for now. The future requests can come after.
You should. I have hope for her. Partially because of the Instagram post, but also because the Aces already signed Meg Gustafson. So I feel like that's a good sign that Neil at least is not going to the Aces. And I think that's what we all need as a community. So just saying. I think that
We're getting Jordan Canada, that's why.
Listen.
Again, we need the front offices to start just being petty. Anybody that the Aces want, everybody needs to start calling.
Everybody just start like we can offer you more than they can offer you. Whatever it is.
Houston about to put up numbers in the AU League, and then we're gonna call up the Sparks. Like, you see that? I appreciate you for your 2 years of service.
If y'all swap Kirsten Bell for Jordan Kennedy, bitch, I'm starting to petition because that's temporary. Not temporary. No. New investigation. The allegations are coming back. I don't care.
Listen, I already said it. Do whatever investigation you want because the punishment not enough. Mark Davis got bags on bags on bags. If you find the money, I don't care because he got it. If you find him picks, I don't care because we don't need it. You better find something else. It better be the next investigation you find. You got to trade Asia Wilson to somebody else because as long as she there, I'm sleeping well. But all I have to say is Aces in 3. Welcome Jordan Canada to casinos and slot machines. I hope you speak gambling because that's where you'll be. But yeah, that has been another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
And I'm Jay Trent.